Welcome back to the Business Simple podcast. We're going to have some fun and try something a little bit different right now. The team, I have Matt Horncastle here with me for another episode, which is really exciting. The team has given me 20 questions to ask you. Hopefully this goes really well and this becomes something we do with all our guests moving forward, because it could be a little bit of fun. Haven't read any of them. Your challenge
and I haven't read them either, so this is just bang.
Yeah.
Testing of cognitive ability.
Showcasing competence. Your challenge is to answer each question in under a minute.
Fantastic.
Right.
As a rule of thumb, I actually normally give long, wordy answers because I'm very, very criticised for everything I say. So when I talk in sound bites, people take it out of context, so I try and add the nuance. But let's just do it anyway.
I'll give you 90 seconds.
We'll give Reddit something to talk about.
Stuff. Are you listening? How has your leadership style evolved as your company has grown?
I have got slower and calmer and more understanding. When I was younger, I was definitely more aggressive, go, go, go. And now I understand more complexities in life, and I'm definitely more calm and understanding with people.
We're off to a screamer of a start. Can you share a decision you made that seemed risky at the time but paid off in the long run?
Probably Williams Corporation Capital would have been one of the most wild things that we did. The fact we essentially decided to make our own bank and raise $290 million into our own bank is absolutely amazing. One, that we decided to do it, and two, that it was so well received by the market. And it gave us this amazing foundation to trade Williams Corporation through a very, very complex economic time, both upwards and downwards, in a manner where we always paid our bills on time.
Yeah, that deserves more than 90 seconds, but we've covered it in the podcast a little bit. So, how important is it to build a strong company culture, and how have you done this at Williams Corporation?
No silver bullets. There's no poster on the wall. Anyone that simplifies culture to a soundbite's lying to you. It's your actions every day, the actions of your people every day. It's consistency of communication. It's small things every single day that accumulate over a long period of time.
Good answer again. How did the idea of a 100-year plan come about, and why is it important for Williams Corporation?
I believe it was originally inspired by the book Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh, but the concept behind a 100-year plan is making a company that is more than the current individual directors and shareholders. So it's trying to make a company with systems, processes, product that can hand between 2 to 3 generations of management. So building a company that's more than the current people that it has.
I'm really liking this style. What technological advancements do you see having the most impact on property development in the next decade?
This is a cheesy answer, but it's AI auditing. It's when you can actually have machine learned algorithms that audit schedule of quantities, perfect plans for conflicts, perfect, having bureaucracies reduced. It's using these new technologies we have available to be really, really efficient with the exact amount of materials to site, the exact information going to the exact right people, confirming how 2 people do their job and that it doesn't overlaps, taking jobs that used to require huge amounts of human capital and having them done instantly. Like you can load a set of plans and get a takeoff of exactly how many nails you need on a block of 400 units in seconds. There's an absurdity that will come from the AI to the efficiency of the construction sector.
I heard a really good quote the other day, which was, AI won't replace your business, but a business using AI will.
I like that.
That sums it up.
Yeah, it's bang on.
Yeah. Have I told you that we're training a bot to audit all our ad accounts?
Cool. Yeah. Actually, no, yes, you have. Yeah.
I'm so into it. I'm going to call it like James 2 or something. And I'm going to make
awesome.
it my little protege. Yeah. How do you decide when to expand your portfolio and enter new markets?
What you'll find is when you're in a market, you'll reach like a stabilization period. You want to, and I haven't done this as well as I should have, but you enter a market, you grow, you get to a time where you're profitable, and then nail that opportunity in the most optimum way for that business in that market. And then once you've nailed that market, move on to the next market. I was guilty when I was young of jumping too quickly and being too aggressive and not letting each business unit really cement into a really well-run, optimal, market-capturing, profitable machine, then doing the next one. So I would say once you've found an appropriate amount of growth and an appropriate margin and an appropriate human capital maturity, then go to the next one.
Awesome. What advice would you give to someone dealing with failure in their entrepreneurial journey?
Suck it up, buttercup. Just eat it, go, keep going. You've got no other option than to keep moving forward. Don't mope, don't feel sorry for yourself, don't blame someone else. Learn the lessons that you need to learn, adjust, and get on with it.
I like the term bite down.
Yeah, bite down.
Yeah,
Eat it.
Yeah, bite down.
It actually makes me think of that Jocko Willink quote. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. How has your vision for Williams Corporation evolved over time?
In the beginning, I was trying to find a model that worked. Once I found a model that worked, I wanted to be the biggest builder in New Zealand. That was a fantastic war cry that got us support, growth, capital, and got us to the business we know today. Now it's just a really, really effective business that builds 1% to 2% of homes in New Zealand, where we do what's right by our customers, do what's right by our contractors, do what's right by our funders, we make our margin, and once that is absolutely perfect, I want to replicate that in Australia. But at the moment, we're just focusing on absolutely perfecting what we've already done, what we do every day. Little bit more scale, little bit better run, but it's like when you were young and you used to tune your motorbike and you had the screw for the fuel and the screw for the air and you're just tweaking to get it perfect. It's like that with the business now, just tweaking what we've already done and doing it with excellence.
Nice. What's a personal goal you're currently working on?
I need to get better at winning the day. I'm very, very good at winning the week, where I'll do an appropriate amount of physical exercise, an appropriate amount of doing something I'm passionate about, an appropriate amount of work. But I need to be someone that every day I get my exercise, every day I eat the right diet, every day I do my supplements, every day I nail my sleep, every day I do something personal that I enjoy, every day I get those effective power list items done off my to-do list, productive stuff that matters. I want to go from someone that can win years, can win months, can win weeks, to someone that wins every single day.
Love it. What is the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself through your business journey?
I really like that I was the person that I said I was. Every time I got stressed, every time there was a decision where I could have shied away or there were lots of times where it was more comfortable for me as a person not to follow through with being the person I said I was. And I always stuck to, I'm doing this, I'm running Williams Corporation, I'm this kind of person that has these values. And stuck to that. I was very impressed with my wherewithal. As we came out the back of 22 into 2023, it was a very complex, difficult market. And I still traded pursuant with my values and pursuant with the person I said I was in a very tough time. And I'm proud of how I traded in that time.
Nice. What routines have had the biggest impact on your success?
Different things cater to different times. Like when I was younger, writing my goals down every day, reading audiobooks had a huge return on investment. Now it's a bigger business, it's more complex, there's more nuance. For a young listener, reading an unreasonable amount of books and writing your goals down every day is your first real jump start to get to the next level. That has a big impact.
I couldn't agree with that more. That is a golden piece of advice that someone can take away. Has there ever been a moment where you doubted your path?
Yeah, that's part of it. I think every time you get your teeth kicked in a bit, every time you face adversity, there's always that voice on your shoulder that will question your ability, question your goal, question your path. I think that's just part of being a human being. We always have the sort of competing ideas within us. And when we face adversity or problems, this voice becomes stronger of you don't have the skill set, you don't have the capital, you're not on the right path, etc. I think that's just normal and part of the human condition, and you just keep going.
What is one belief you held early in your career that you've completely changed your mind about?
That being the biggest is the best. Yeah. I had the biggest construction business in New Zealand, and the middle management layer, the amount of staff, the amount of overhead was not a business that I really enjoyed running. And I look back at the business we had when we started, and I look at the business we have today, and it's more fun, more profitable. We can do a better quality outcomes for the customers and the contractors with a tighter group of team doing a smaller amount of work. There's a layer of people, human capital, bureaucracy that comes with being the biggest that I didn't enjoy.
Sick. I'm really liking this. I think this is a cool way to do this. What's a valuable lesson a mentor or peer has taught you?
I'm always getting little pieces from everyone. And so there's not, what would be one thing? Probably one thing would be something from my father, and it was emphasizing the importance of sales. Every business, sales is the lifeblood. Your salespeople sit at the front of the business. They have the most resources. Anything the sales team need, give it to them. Without sales, you do not have a business. So just a really hard emphasis on the quality of your salespeople, the resources that they have, and how they're treated culturally to make sure your business thrives.
What's one thing you wish more people knew about you?
Do you know, I've actually hit, and you wouldn't think so from seeing my face on social media at the time, all the time, I've hit a point where I actually don't really care. I have my core group of people that I seek counsel from and I really care about, and if I need to do something better, they'll pull me aside and tell me to do better. I obviously would love to have more customers, so I'd like people looking at properties to know who I am and know that I care and know that I have a product that I'm really passionate about. But for a random person outside of my ecosystem, whether they think of me positively or negatively, I don't really have any emotional attachment to that. If I was to say one thing, it would be I'm someone that comes to work every day, pays my bills, and truly does my best. I do what I can do to the best of my ability. And I think if people understood the complexity of the industry, the complexity of the different stakeholders and regulators and things, and that we just come here, we are Kiwis that come to work every day and do our best, I think people would be less critical in pointing out the things they think should be done better.
That's a good answer. How do you define success for Williams Corporation beyond financial metrics?
It's delighted customers. It's when you have a customer where on handover day their eyes light up when they bring in their friend to buy a unit in the same development because they're bragging about their unit, when they're posting on social media pictures of their house and it looks really lovely. A delighted customer is really, really cool. Outside of money, outside of your ranking in the industry, that true love from the customer for the product/company is really special.
What's a day in your life like when you're not at work?
What's really interesting, it's in my jacket because I was tapping it on the table. I wear an Oura ring and it tells me my heart rate and all my vitals, and it tells me my stress level. Now, the other day, which is unlike me, I was feeling a bit unwell. I sat at my house all day on Sunday, just did nothing, had a sauna and mucked around. I was stressed all day. So if we're on holiday and we're with our buddies and we're doing stuff that's really cool, I don't really enjoy days not being at work because I get so much productive fulfillment in my tank of the things I need to be happy and fulfilled. I really need that work or productivity component for my happiness. So a day, sometimes I need a recovery day for whatever reason. I just need to not be working, but that's very, very rare. I normally just work anyway. But days when I'm not working and I'm not on holiday, there's just not many of them.
Nice. What makes your team at Williams Corporation unique, and how does it align with the company's long-term goals?
it's funny because there's no like rule with the Williams Corporation people. You have people fresh out of school, you have people that are about to retire, all ages and ethnicities, and like I can't actually put my, and that's not me saying some diversity preach, like I can't pick the people who are going to work, but certain people just get it and become our people for whatever reason. They're passionate about the company, they believe in me as a leader, they're passionate about the product, they care about the customer, and I haven't found a metric to find the people that tick those boxes. But once I get that person, they are in the company, they're one of us, we're a team, we're tight. It's really good, it's really fun.
That is something I've noticed with you guys, is it is obviously the team's changed over the years, but there are staple.
Yeah.
So like you'd have to pry them out with a crowbar if you were trying to get them to leave.
And people that I've fired and they're like, no, sorry, Horncastle, I'm not leaving. So say what you want, I'm just not going. So, and it makes me sort of like them more. Yeah. My mother's been fired about 7 times. Ben Cloak's been fired about 3 times.
Still kicking. What do you love most about what you do?
I get to make stuff. I have a very, very tangible, productive business to society. I can see something from raw land or a rundown house right through to new high quality accommodation or housing. It is very productive. It's very real. And that makes me feel good. I like the creation of things.
Nice. Final question. If you had to describe yourself with one word or phase, what would it be?
Competent.
I think this episode's done a good job of showcasing that. You want to elaborate any more or that?
I think there are a lot of people that have goals or drive or ambition, and this competence isn't natural. This is a developed competence over a long period of time. Like, I come from a construction family. Since this big, I've been listening about construction. I went through construction on the tools from the ground up. I've started businesses through this sector. I've tried lots and lots of different things, and then I've done one thing for a decade with all my heart, all my soul, refining it every single day. So it's partly like a not giving up, but it's actually developing a competence to the point where right now nothing really worries me because I can see how to do all of the things. If this happens, I do that. If that happens, I do that. Because I've done it for a long period of time, and I look forward to sharpening and developing that competence even further, where 40-year-old Matthew is even more competent and able and solid than 30-year-old Matthew.
That was really fun.
Yeah, good. That was good.
This 20 questions with X thing might stick around, I think, a little bit. We just finished a far longer format interview that will roll out after this, but this will be released first. I'm going to publish it in its entirety. I think very few people understand, and I know we did a shoot in front of someone the other day, and they sort of made a comment to me about how you were able to answer questions and how you could flow through things. I think that will be really interesting just for the general person to hear, and obviously these will be great chopped up all over social and things like that as well. So if you've listened to that in its entirety, thank you very much. Thank you for the 2 episodes we've shot today. It's been awesome. Cool. Absolute pleasure. As always, subscribe, listen, share, do all of the things. We're really appreciative of everyone paying attention to this podcast and the growth and things like that that's going through it. We put a heap of effort into production and stuff like that, and we're really happy with how it's coming together. So thank you very much. You can also catch us across social medias and things like that. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers, Matt.